Then I'll go ahead and call to order the December 11th, 2025 regular council meeting for the town of Tallulah Falls. And let's begin with a moment of silence. Amen. I'll assume I'm recording. Okay, I kind of jumped ahead. Okay, so I need a motion to adopt the agenda. Scott makes the motion. Jimmy seconds, all in favor? Unanimous. I need a motion to accept the consent agenda. Jimmy makes the motion, Scott seconds, all in favor, unanimous. All right, we need to go back to old business with Rock House renovation cost estimates and Brent Cody is here to give us an update.
Absolutely. So what you have in front of you is an updated set of drawings that we have developed over the course of, these months that we've been working on it. In addition, you have a price proposal that these drawings reflect scope of work, and that scope of work we're estimating to be the number that's in that proposal. The only thing that is not in the proposal, obviously, is site work, which I've excluded for a couple of reasons. And I just wanted to make sure that we're on track as far as budgets go to be able to proceed further, because there's a couple of different ways that we can proceed with site work. That can be something that you guys handle in-house or internally or outside of our contract, I should say, or we can try to incorporate it in what we do for you guys.
Yeah, we do have a gentleman that we have used to do what would you call excavation.
Most cities, municipalities, they have crews that they can, sort of utilize to do that kind of work.
Yeah.
So it makes sense sometimes to just do that in-house versus it being part of a subcontract that we would have.
Yeah, he's been really good for us in the past. He's given us a good price. Sean. Locally, he did all the work that's there now to create that pad that we've got. He was supposed to come back and fix a drainage issue, but
in that, I would point out two things that that I would try to key on as I talk to somebody about the site work that we feel like needs to be done. I met with the civil engineer twice on site. Last time actually was today, and he has two concerns or two things that we want to make sure we get all the way over before we go too far. One is the septic system. Don't know if there is anything other than the septic tank that's in place right now. Well, any plans to have sewer at the road or anything like that, I guess.
We can't do sewer.
Okay.
We'll have to do septic.
So James Reese of the Redmond County Environmental Health Department, he is who I reached out to try to get some information. He's really good to work with people on, trying to utilize what you have. However,
Yeah, he worked with me on my house.
Yeah, he's
and like twisted some things to make it where we could save a tree.
Right. And if he can make it work, then I feel like he probably will.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what's in the ground. I don't know what capacity it has. I don't know what state it's in right now. And, in other places that, when you touch the system, you have to bring it up to code, right? And so like if there's a residential unit in place right now and it has 100 feet of line, let's say, well, bringing it up to code may be upgrading that and extending the line to 200 or 300 feet. I don't know. So it comes into where are you going to get that land to add the necessary drain fill? So that would be the first thing I would do is get with him, and we'll be glad to do that and be a part of those talks.
Okay.
Even if it's kept outside.
So that's outside
Yeah.
this scope. We need to work with Scott and figure out what we've got to do
Right, and the second item was stormwater. You mentioned that a second ago, and there's a couple of areas on the side that the civil engineer said, okay, what you know, it's obviously running, right? Water's going where it's going, and for the most part, it's probably going away from the building and down to where it needs to go. You want to try to keep that path available if possible. If you know, do the paving that you're probably gonna do up on the upper parking lot for the police department, you know, it's gonna create more stormwater runoff, so
Yeah.
there may need to be some stormwater drains put in place to take some of that water away.
Right, yeah, well, yeah, and we do have a stormwater drain down on that lower level down the road that we can tie into.
Yeah.
So that we can make all that happen, but
Well,
yeah, I see.
And you'll notice on the drawings, you know, we're gonna take where there is a carport now, let's say, and puts handicap parking right there for the main level.
Right.
There's a trough right there. What's it doing there? I don't know. But, you know, even if you gotta level that off to get it handicap accessible, but even if you have to level it off and then put a trench drain in there, those are the kind of things that I would want somebody looking at pretty quick. And we don't mind to do it all. I just wanted to make sure we were tracking the way you guys wanted us to be tracking as far as price for the building goes. And then we can do whatever we need to do as far as site work is concerned.
Okay, my suggestion would be that we get Sean, who's done work for us, done grading work for us. In the past, he redid both the roads up to the water tanks, and he knows his stuff and he's good to coordinate with these guys, and we'll use him for the grading and any of the drainage. I don't know about the septic yet, because we've got to figure out what's going on with that, so
Well,
we'll get
with y'all's permission, what I've already done is I've reached out to James a couple of times, James Reese, and if he returns my call, I'd love to just meet him.
James, I call him Scott, sorry.
That's fine. I don't want to meet him on site and say, okay,
Yeah.
what do you have on record as far as the septic system for this building is concerned? May have nothing or may have something. I don't know. And then just see where he goes from there. And then I can just relay that information to you guys, or y'all can be a part of the onsite.
Yeah, Scott was his predecessor. It's now James. Yeah, so I don't know if we need to like officially approve something, or if we do, let's have a motion that we move.
I approve
We
it
follow,
forward that he.
we follow their
Person he's
advice.
talked to and move forward with it, yeah.
Okay, so
And we've
somebody
already,
makes that motion.
we've already approved amount for this.
Yeah, I think we set aside roughly 500,000.
Well, it's in the budget, but we need to probably, since it's such a big
Yeah,
amount.
and this is public safety, so.
Hey, I make a motion to move forward, accept the amount, move forward, get him with his person, get it going.
Okay, and I can get you his, okay. All in favor?
Using our in-house.
Using our in-house
Yeah.
excavation.
Price for it.
Yeah, and get a price from him.
Right, exactly.
Well, let me interrupt, and I appreciate the vote of confidence there, but what I would do if I were y'all next is I would say, okay, are we gonna handle the civil work ourselves, or is that gonna be part of Blake Rainwater and Associates contract? And then I can draft the contract that would bind us for the, you know, whatever portion of the project is gonna be ours, whether it's just the building, which typically means that things are stubbed out, you know, 5 feet from the building, and then utilities of site work nature are
Yeah,
tied in.
no, yeah, I would rather you handle that, but work with our local contractor to do whatever grading work needs to be done,
Okay.
if you will, but you guys set that up, so.
Yeah, I mean, that was what we discussed all
Yeah,
along.
I think
They
so.
would manage the project
Yeah,
completely.
I think we need to, so, motion to that effect.
Make a motion.
Jimmy?
Accept.
Scott seconds, all in favor,
Yeah.
unanimous, all right, so,
Well, then I'll get a contract to you guys, you know, say by Christmas to review, and then we can execute that upon y'all's, you know, comfort
January.
level. Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay, that sounds good.
Anything else or any other questions pertaining to what we see in these drawings and how we have it priced? You know, we've had, you know, good communication with the people here and sort of feel like we know what the building needs to look and feel like. And we want these numbers represent that, the drawings represent this, and
Yeah, a lot of this looks pretty boilerplate to me.
The biggest difference I would say in the design that we've come up with so far is just to give you a snapshot of what's gonna happen, we're gonna take everything that is the lower level to the, double stud plate, and then from there on, we're taking it off. We're gonna have a new, floor truss system, new studs on the
Yeah.
second level, a new roof system, new roof, obviously, and there'll be a slight, if not significant, change in the roof pitch there. That building will grow in height as we do that,
That's,
which,
that's fine. I think the main concern is preserving that ground level
yeah,
look and replacing, but preserving that second level look for historical.
well,
Purposes.
what we have figured, and I won't dominate the meeting, but what we have figured is to take all of that off, right? So we're gonna go back with a fiber cement product that looks like the shakes and shingles that are there
Right.
now.
Yeah.
So it will be new material, but it will look in essence like those. Same thing on the windows, same thing on the roof, it's gonna be
The only-
shingles.
The only thing I hate is a truss system as a firefighter, but as long as we can label it to know that it's a truss system for if there was a fire, I think we'd be okay with that. I just, trusses have killed more firefighters than you'd believe.
Well, and I don't know that business, obviously,
Yeah.
but I will tell you this, just because we like to construct this way. We have our roof trusses, even though we would have easily done 2 foot on center spacing, we're at 16 inch, so we can line up with our studs and let everything
Now, the
be.
problem is with trusses, those plates release in a fire
Oh, yeah.
and you can sound, what we call sounder roof. You can hit it and it sounds structurally safe to stand on. But you put 2 firefighters up there and those plates are released, the whole thing collapses. So,
We're not opposed to stick building.
no. But the price to do a stick build as opposed to a truss is gonna be higher. I'm okay with the truss.
Okay.
We need to label the bills. There are ways to do that.
That's
So
great.
we'll take care of that.
That's.
I'm just not a big fan of trusses, but
I know that you have reason not to.
I have my reasons. So we'll move forward with what we've got. Is there any more? I don't think we have any more discussion. You happy with what you see here? Okay,
Anything else from
Thanks.
me or? Yes.
now you're free to go.
Soldier, you know.
All right, thank you.
Let's pull my notes back up. All right, so good, we're making some progress on the Rock House. I'll look for mayor's comments on this. We'll go into new business. We have an alcohol license for Tallulah Adventures, who has had an alcohol permit. Just basically, I guess I need a motion to approve the license. Scott,
They
make-
changed the manager to,
Oh. Were you muttering or was someone else muttering? I heard noises out there.
No, I was just,
Oh, okay.
was inquired, wondering if they had one before.
Yeah, they've had one since they opened.
Yeah, cause I was wondering, I
Yeah.
figured they did.
They've had it, they just have to renew it every year.
Oh,
So
so they
anyway,
decided to take our advice and have, Spencer Carly put in
okay,
her name, so they don't have to keep changing.
Okay. Yeah, they kept changing it because as the manager of, it's actually the Edge
Yeah,
okay.
restaurant that needs the permit. But every time they get a new manager, they have to renew.
Oh, yeah.
And so we finally, apparently Spencer's doing it, so, and she is in a different capacity, but more permanent.
Right.
So, all right, so I need a motion to approve. Scott makes the motion to approve the application. Craig seconds, all in favor, unanimous. Okay, Scott, Linda and I met with somebody.
John,
Jerry.
Sherry,
Jerry.
an
Yeah.
engineer, about, applying for some Helene resilience funding program to help offset some of the cost of putting a water tank on top of Hickory. For fire protection and other things. So he thinks we would be eligible for some money. It would be a matching. Not matching, that's not right. No, it would be a loan
Loan with partial
with
forgiveness.
partial forgiveness, like a 30% forgiveness. And I'm not gonna get into all the details on that, but the long and the short of it is, we could get the loan, we could get like 30% of the principal forgiven, which then means we have 30% reduction in the overall cost. If we do this, even if we pay the loan off in one lump sum after doing so.
Yeah.
So, there were no penalties, there's no anything else, so. I guess we need to have a motion to move forward with that, because it will be a loan that the town will be taking on that will be covered by public safety monies, because it's for fire protection. Primarily, that's our main objective, is to get fire protection on the mountain.
So this is for the pre-application, so we have to make it through that, and there is due December 31st, he can get it done. By then, the pre-app is not extremely, detailed, but if we make it through the first round, then we would have to contract with them, there's no cost to what he's doing right now for us.
Yeah, so
I'll make a motion for no cost.
if it's free, it's for me. No goat, you're saying. So Scott seconds, moving forward with that, all in favor, unanimous. Then we have our Tree City Arbor Day proclamations that we do every year. Nothing really big about that. Sorry. So I need a motion for me to sign the proclamation. Scott makes that motion, Jimmy seconds, all in favor, unanimous. Mayor's comments. Many of y'all already know. But I want to go ahead and say it publicly that, for the record, that Dan Hayes, our former mayor, passed away last 2 weeks, 2 weeks ago. Passed away 2 weeks ago. He has been a friend of Tallulah Falls. And had actually offered to donate shingles to the Rock House project. And kind of the reason we have the Rock House was because he pushed Georgia DNR pretty hard to get that. So that whole project kind of falls under his purview, and I just want to publicly say, like, let people know that that's where we are with that, and that's why we have it. So anyway, that's about it. We had a good turnout for our Christmas party. Fortunately, everything got put in place just barely in time, thanks to Tom. Tom and I went out in a canoe to pull that tree out in the middle of the lake. And I wasn't as organized as I should have been, so we had to make multiple trips back to shore. So,
Right.
in fact, I told Chris came out and watched us and laughed a lot.
I was gonna say,
He did. In fact, I came in and told him, I'm like, hey, the Tom and Mike comedy hour
Yeah.
started. So he came out, but it was successful. We got everything taken care of. Everything's up. There's a good turnout.
Well, thank you. That means a lot to the students.
Oh, we have fun.
So we didn't know the comedy act before, but we enjoyed the lighting of the tree.
We never get to go kayaking in the winter.
So we're going to morning today.
The students from many different countries, particularly say, Mike, are we gonna do that thing in town? So it's a neat cultural experience for them
Oh, yeah.
to have, so it doesn't go unnoticed and it doesn't go unappreciated. We really appreciate your efforts.
Anytime.
And also we're impressed with the gallons of kerosene to get the bonfire.
Just to get that going. Oh, my gosh.
wet wood.
It's
Uh,
very wet. And I told Carl later, like, usually when you bring it in, when it's dry, you treat it with the kerosene, and then if it rains, the kerosene's already there and the rain runs off.
Yeah.
But if it rains first, the kerosene runs off. So we had puddles of kerosene out
Oh,
there. I'm going,
goodness.
As I was handing out marshmallows for s'mores, I didn't know if I needed to do a disclaimer.
yeah, you gotta wait for that kerosene to burn up. Roasting marshmallows. Okay, I skipped over executive session. We're not gonna, it turns out we're not gonna need it tonight. We may need it fairly like in the next few months, but not tonight. So that's all I have for mayor's comments. So any public comments?
Oh, what's the ballpark target for the completion of that rock house project? Do we know?
Oh, I'm gonna guess at least a year before we see like anywhere near completion. In fact, I'm gonna say it's probably gonna take 6 months before they even get started. So just from my knowledge of the construction level of industry right now, the workloads, I know that the place I worked for that does cabinet work, we're a good 9 months out right now on projects, so we can't take any new ones on. And so, and the builders are kind of in the same ballpark. A lot of it's labor related, some of it's material related. So I'd say we're probably at least 6 months before they get started.
Demo is supposed to start in February.
Demo, okay. Oh, well, that's not bad.
I think once they get started.
They've got a couple of different rooms.
Okay, well, that's not bad then. Okay, yeah, I didn't know that. I was just guessing off the,
Maybe we can have our next year's Christmas celebration
at the Rock
as
House,
a rock house.
possibly.
Yeah.
That could be cool. That could be. So aside from that, I don't have any more comments, so
Clint has,
Clint. How do
I dropped off all these legal documents today, so I assume the answer is no. But I wanted to be here in case y'all had any questions about them, so we can.
I emailed them to them. I don't even know if they.
I Yeah, I haven't even reviewed them yet.
All right,
I'll do that tomorrow.
perfect.
So I know you're feeling a time crunch for end of year stuff, but, yeah, I'll review it tomorrow and these guys, they got it too, so I don't know when they'll be able to review it. But yeah, I did see that.
Okay, good. Lay to rest, get y'all on the road and the water system.
Yeah, sounds good. Any other public comments? All right, then would be happy to entertain a motion to adjourn.
Hallelujah.
Motion, Scott seconds, all in favor.
Unbelievable.
We are done. Unanimous.
Don't get used to
No, it's not common, but you need this one or another one?
We do have new residents here.
Yeah,
Yes.
Everyone has a.
Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah. Like in the Baptist church, we're so glad to have you. Stand up and everybody turn around. Let's put them on the spot.
He came down to the driveway.
Yeah, you're Evan, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I built a fire in the driveway, and somebody's worried about the smoke. But we're glad to be here.
Okay, are y'all full-time here?
No,
Oh,
we'll
okay.
be back and forth a couple times a month. We live in North Carolina.
Where in North Carolina?
Fire-
Burnsville?
35 minutes north of Asheville.
Yeah, we
Okay.
up I-26.
Yep,
That's right.
Yeah, I go up there every time I go to New York or Pennsylvania.
okay.
I've got family up north, so we go up there, hit 81 and cruise through Virginia.
Johnson City.
Okay,
Yeah, you hit 81 and go north.
yeah, at Johnson City, yeah.
Yeah.
So we go right by y'all on the way up, so, all right. Well, welcome to town.
Yeah.
Glad to have you.
Thank you.
We're gonna miss Kate tremendously, but, yeah. Yeah, I think I saw you down there today. I was talking to our water guys. We gotta run a water line up on the other side of the road. And I think you were out there doing something with a little fire going in your,
Yeah, burning trash, cardboard, where I put
Cardboard.
garden hose.
yeah. So, anyway, well, welcome to town. Glad to have you.
Yeah,
So,
We're from town most of this.
awesome.
good.